You're watching coverage you can count on. This is News Channel 15's News at 6.
Now at 6, gunned down near downtown, we have chilling video of Fort Wayne's latest homicide. Good evening, I'm Mark Mellinger.
And I'm Heather Herron. A man is dead, and police say they have arrested 2 men who they believe are responsible for the killing. We first told you about the shooting last night on Nightcast.
It happened around 10:15 in the 2100 block of EB Avenue. That's just southwest of downtown. News Channel 15's Megan Royce has been following the story and joins us live from where it all happened.
A very different scene here tonight on EB Avenue. Last night, it looked like it was almost a war zone. Investigators say more than 45 shots were fired at 26-year-old John Holman, who died at Lutheran Hospital. Police say these are the men who are responsible for killing Holman last night: 24-year-old Charles Benson and 25-year-old Marcus Lindsay. News Channel 15 overnight reporter Rod Hissong got a hold of this surveillance video that shows last night's fatal shooting unfold. In it, you can see several vehicles driving on EB Avenue, a car, van, and a large SUV. Suddenly, the large SUV comes to a stop. Someone jumps out of the right side of that vehicle and begins shooting at the van. You can also hear other shots being fired too. In an exclusive interview, the Deputy Chief of Investigations tells News Channel 15 this video was part of their investigation. Overnight, tips came pouring in, pointing police directly to Benson and Lindsay.
Resulted in us having an investigation over on Maumee with a search warrant where we detained some people who are being interviewed at this time that we think have information on that.
Looking at Holman's rap sheet today, he has had several run-ins in the past with police. As for the 2 who were arrested today, SWAT surrounded a home on Maumee Avenue, and that was near Indiana Tech. News Channel 15's Gina Galeros was there all morning, and she continues our coverage now. Gina?
That's right, Megan. I'm in the 1400 block of Maumee Avenue, where police were serving what they called a high-profile warrant at this house. That warrant was for those suspects in that shooting on EB Avenue. Police arrived here at around 9 this morning. An armored vehicle, an unmarked squad car, and several more marked squad cars responded. Maumee Avenue was briefly closed. 5 people came out of the house willingly. They were detained for questioning, and as we mentioned, 2 of them have been arrested. The other 3 were released. The house now is located adjacent to Indiana Tech.
As they're conducting their routine business, as they came out, we saw an opportunity to take them down at appropriate times. We took them into custody.
We sent out word via text, via email, via tweets, and via notifying all of our building coordinators in person that people were to stay inside and shelter in place, and to stay inside where it was safe.
This was the first time Indiana Tech went into lockdown in its history. That's according to the Vice President of University Relations. Now, the students I spoke with didn't seem concerned, but the scene outside did cause a distraction. That lockdown did last about 45 minutes. We're live in Fort Wayne. Gina Galeros, News Channel 15.
The disturbing video you have seen is obviously evidence in Fort Wayne's 4th shooting over the past 6 days.
We showed our copy of the surveillance video to police leaders this morning. Chief Gary Hamilton says he has never seen footage like it before. News Channel 15's Adam Widener continues our team coverage on the shooting. You talked exclusively with the chief today, so what did he have to say about it?
That's right. We hear a lot about shootings here in Fort Wayne, somewhat frequently, especially after last year's record-breaking number of homicides. But Chief Hamilton says actually seeing one puts into perspective how real and dangerous some local criminals are.
The copy of surveillance video our Rod Hissong got overnight makes the horror of last night's shooting so clear. Police Chief Gary Hamilton asked us not to show it until 5 today, so police could finish interrogating prime suspects.
The video footage is very, very disturbing.
It's just one of 4 shootings over the past 6 days. Wednesday on East Lewis Street, Thursday on Drexel Avenue, Friday on Lily Street, and last night on EB Avenue. 2 people are dead and 3 others injured.
At least 4 shootings in 6 days. What is happening in Fort Wayne right now?
3 of the shootings probably had some personal involvement, and one victim may have caught a stray round from one of the shootings.
Police leaders tell me of the past 4 shootings, 3 are gang-related and connected to some form of retaliation. And following last night's vicious and seemingly calculated attack, Chief Hamilton is already making changes, planning to beef up patrols that'll follow potential suspects and people of interest in the community.
You know, it has to be upsetting to the family and to the community in which the shooting took place. After all the effort that we put in to reduce crime, to see another senseless shooting and the loss of a human life really disturbs me.
Chief Hamilton tells me he's meeting with U.S. Marshals on Thursday. He hopes they will help pay for the increase in patrols.
Adam Widener tonight, thank you.
Well, no one is more shaken up than the people who live on EB Avenue.
Especially those who saw this all unfold last night. News Channel 15's Lamar Holliday continues our coverage from EB with more. Lamar?
Well, Mark and Heather, I can tell you it's definitely been the talk of this community. Now, I went back to the neighborhood this morning, and you can see evidence of what happened here last night. There's shattered glass on the street from the victim's car, and you can see bullet holes through a couple of homes and this car that's parked along the street. Neighbors were still visibly shaken this morning. One person who didn't want to be identified or recorded for safety concerns told me she watched the entire shooting happen, including the victim taking his last few breaths.
He gasped for air a couple of times, and then I didn't hear him breathe again. We're confused, really, and still in shock and in awe. We can't believe it happened. You know, I mean, nobody deserves to get shot 49 times.
Now, she told me she had a chance to talk with her neighbors around here and said that she has found out that many of them will now get surveillance videos to put up around their homes, and some are even thinking about getting guns to protect their families. We're live on EB Avenue tonight. Lamar Holliday, News Channel 15.
Police in Auburn are asking for your help finding the person who intentionally set a garage on fire. That fire happened on June 1st on the 100 block of Center Street. Investigators say they don't know what the suspect used as an accelerant, but they did say it burned some of the structure's siding. If you have any information on the crime, please call the Auburn Police Department.
The family of a woman who was raped, beaten, and kept in a cage in southwest Indiana is now talking to the media. Joelle Lockwood's mother says the family is overjoyed to have her back home and has complete confidence in the prosecutors assigned to the case. Ricky House and Kendra Tooley are facing charges of rape and criminal confinement. The woman, who is from Evansville, vanished back in July. A man was visiting a mobile home out in the country in Posey County on Saturday, and that was when he found Joelle Lockwood and helped her escape. Both suspects pleaded not guilty yesterday.
Turning to weather now, we could have some severe storms tomorrow.
Nicholas is here with a first look at our forecast.
That's right. Lots of rain coming our way tomorrow. The severe potential still out there. For tonight, the raindrops are relatively few and far between. Some of you have seen some scattered showers, are seeing them now, and we'll see a few more as this evening goes on. Let's look at Live Doppler 15 Fury Storm Tracker and talk about where the rain is right now. We have some rain from Bryan down to Ney and Sherwood in northwest Ohio. Also some scattered rain around Butler. Some scattered rain showing up in Wells County, west of Ossian and northwest of Bluffton. All of this generally tracking to the east. It's very light in nature. It's not a big deal at all, but tomorrow's rain and storms could be headline making. We're keeping a close eye on things. Today, temperatures have been held down due to the clouds. 74 is our reading now in Fort Wayne, and by morning we will see these temperatures down into the low 60s. I'll be back to talk more about tomorrow's severe storm potential and time it out for you in a few minutes.
Thank you, Nicholas. Leaders in Indiana and Wisconsin are now asking the U.S. Supreme Court to decide whether gay marriage should be legal in all 50 states. Both states' attorneys general have now formally asked the High Court to reverse last week's ruling by the 7th Circuit Court of Appeals. The appeals court declared both states' bans on same-sex marriage unconstitutional. Leaders here in Indiana say their case offers the best fact set to build a sweeping ruling that will end the national debate once and for all. The states hope the Supreme Court will consider their request during a conference on September 29th.
Still to come tonight on News Channel 15 at 6. 2 local companies are turning bad situations into great opportunities. Find out what they're up to when we come back.
Coverage you can count on continues with Heather Herron and Mark Mellinger.
An aluminum plant in Huntington is recovering from a fire earlier this year and doubling the size of its facility and workforce at the same time. Huntington Aluminum Incorporated is a locally owned company that melts aluminum and scrap metal for the auto industry. Officials there say they will invest nearly $3 million in a new facility and hire 41 new employees over the next 3 years. Company leaders say they'll start hiring manufacturing positions next month. If you are interested, you are asked to apply in person.
Another local company is also recovering from a disaster in a big way. Last winter's heavy snow caused the roof to collapse at Bill Yoder Ford in Garrett, and that has temporarily put the dealership out of business. But today, the company broke ground on its new facility. Bill Yoder says Ford is helping him build a new state-of-the-art facility that'll get the nearly 60-year-old family-owned dealership back in business.
New building will be approximately 12,000 square foot, which is twice the size of our old building, and we're really anxious to get it up and to reinvent our business.
Yoder hopes to have that new facility open by next spring.
It was overcast, but really a pretty pleasant day.
Yes, temperature-wise, not bad at all, especially when you consider the extent of the cold air that's headed our way by the time we finish up this week. Before that cold air gets here, though, we're going to see rain and storms and some severe storms possible, too. I have your forecast next.
Coverage you can count on continues with Chief Meteorologist Nicholas Ferreri's live Doppler 15 Fury forecast.
For many of us across Northeast Indiana and Northwest Ohio, it has been a gloomy day. And as you look at our Parkview Field camera now, the nighttime's pretty gloomy too. Let's take this into tomorrow. If you see a gloomy sky for the morning and the afternoon, you should know that our severe potential later in the day tomorrow is going to be lower. But if we see the sun peek out in between morning and afternoon rounds of scattered rain and we build some extra heat and energy, our severe storm chances later tomorrow, the afternoon and the night will be higher. While we do have some rain out there now, it's not really anything to worry about. It's basically light in intensity, a scattered sprinkle here or there. We're seeing scattered rain from Bryan down to the east of Nate, kind of crossing over US 6. Also some scattered rain around Ossian and north of Bluffton that'll kind of breeze on by north of the city. A few raindrops there, no lightning, no thunder associated with this, and it's a low chance that we'd see some lightning. Better chances at lightning and the heavy rain later on tomorrow. Futurecast provides that important hour-by-hour timing in just a second. 74 degrees is our temperature now. Our temperatures have been limited with all the clouds in Fort Wayne today. We made it only to 75. Our winds are from the southeast at 3 miles per hour, and they'll remain relatively light tonight. 78 right now in Bryan, 67 in Defiance, 66 in Columbia City, but all the way up to 80 in Portland. This range in temperatures all as a result of the clouds and the rain that have affected some spots but have not affected others. By morning, we'll be down to 62. The scattered rain continues late this evening and even a few drops possible into the overnight. For tomorrow, we remain in the bullseye for severe storm potential. If it's going to happen anywhere across the country tomorrow, it will happen in our area, our portion of the Midwest, but it is not a sure bet just quite yet. As I mentioned, a lot will depend on where those clouds are in the morning. Do we see that sunshine? Are we able to warm up so that when a cold front comes through, it could produce the strongest storms? And if those storms do develop, our main threat would be storms that bring us damaging winds of up to 60 miles per hour or greater. Hail, isolated tornadoes not out of the question, and flooding will also be a significant potential for us as well. Even if the severe storms don't happen, the heavy rain is a sure bet. It is going to be a wet day, especially a wet afternoon and evening with around an inch of rain expected in most spots. We could even see pockets of 2 to 3 inches of rainfall develop. Should we get those stronger storms, and should we see those pockets just kind of stay over the same areas? For us tonight, just this weak little wave moves to the east. It's not the big show. The big show off here to the west. It's developing into a very strong storm system, which when it rolls in tomorrow, we'll see the winds pick up and then the rain move in, especially during the afternoon and night. For us tonight into tomorrow morning, not much going on. That mostly cloudy sky with an occasional rain shower here or there. Even tomorrow morning, we won't see the widespread rain just yet. For the morning commute, not much going on. By midday, just some scattered light rain. During the afternoon, though, things change. By the ride home, a line of strong storms across the area. This is when the front will be approaching and be moving through, and it will take some time to get through. By 9 o'clock, it's still in the area, not exiting until late tomorrow night into early Thursday. So for us tomorrow, 65 at 9, 71 at noon, 78 at 3. Those winds from the southwest 10 to 20, but they will gust higher. Then in the 60s as we head into the weekend, and even for most of next week.
All right. Thank you, Nicholas.
Well, if it's Tuesday, it must be Team of the Week, and Glenn Marini is here with that.
That is correct. You know, Team of the Week, we've done football the first couple of weeks here in the 2014-2015 school year, but we got to spread the love, right? We're going to head out to the soccer pitch to a team that is off to a scorching start. Their story is next as we crown Team of the Week.
Coverage you can count on continues with Glenn Marini's Sports Report.
The fall sports season continues to roll along, and the Carroll girls soccer team continues to roll over opponents. 5 games in, the Chargers have scored 25 goals and are a perfect 5-0. For that, we honor Carroll as the Orthopedic Hospital of Lutheran Health Network Team of the Week.
The Orthopedic Hospital at Lutheran Health, teaming up with Fort Wayne Orthopedics, is proud to present this week's Team of the Week. Congratulations.
Hey everyone, we're with the Carroll girls soccer team, an unblemished record to start the 2014 season, ranked in the top 15 in the 2A state polls, and now they are your Team of the Week, the latest accolade they can add to their growing resume. And the man who's been guiding the ship this season is head coach Rick Smith. Coach, congratulations, and let's start with that 5-0 out of the gate. It'd be probably a lot easier to just say, what have you not been doing right, but what's been going right for you on the pitch so far?
Well, the big thing the girls have been doing is they've been sharing the ball. This is a very unselfish team. We're blessed with some very good players, you know, that a lot of teams would love to have. They don't care. There's no egos. These kids just really get along. They enjoy each other. The unity on this team has been great.
You mentioned the unselfishness, 25 goals through 5 games, but 9 different players have scored those goals. That's a coach's dream to get that kind of sharing offensively, but how have you gotten that?
Again, big thing is just the girls don't care. I mean, they just want to score goals. I mean, it's nothing that we've done any different other than emphasizing from day one that this is a team sport, a team game. Carroll's style of play is possess the ball, spread the wealth. Good things will happen if we move without the ball, and that's what they've been doing.
All right, well, we're going to get a look at maybe one of the secrets behind why this team's been so good offensively. It's the light pressure drill. Girls, did I have that right? Let's jump into it. You're going to give the viewers at home a look at what we can expect here. And Coach, I guess kind of as we get a look at this, take me through what this drill is and what skills it builds.
What we're trying to do is get the girls just to develop some one-on-one skills when they've got the ball, to have some confidence in being able to take somebody on. So it's just real light token pressure, just trying to get them to develop a move or two on the field.
Well, one of the players who has certainly excelled on the pitch so far this season for Carroll is senior captain Matei Nispel. 4 goals, I believe, on the season. You're going to have to correct me if I'm wrong here. Is it 4 goals this season?
I think so, yeah.
All right, well, again, offense has been coming in waves this season. Let's start with how the season ended for this team last year. You lost in the opening round of regionals. How much has that served to motivate this team this season?
Oh, I think that's really exciting, just because, like, last year, I don't know, nobody really expected that we would go so far, especially after we lost so many seniors, but we proved everybody wrong and made it to regionals. We didn't make it quite as far as we wanted to, but I think that's just more motivation for this year to get back and get better.
All right, well, congratulations to the Carroll Chargers girls soccer team. They are your Team of the Week.
Just some scattered light rain out there this evening. Then tomorrow, heavy rain, strong storms, even severe weather possible, primarily for the afternoon and evening hours. Our high tomorrow, 81 degrees. Much cooler air in place by Thursday. We'll see temperatures fall into the upper 60s. No rain then. It'll all be out of here. Friday, 65. Saturday, 62. There could be some rain late Friday night into early Saturday morning, but it would be gone by sunrise. So the weekend looking dry, but significantly cooler than past weekends. We'll stay in the 60s until next Tuesday, when highs will get back to right at the 70-degree mark.
We're going to need jackets late at night and early in the morning.
No doubt.
I hope you remember where you put them.
All right, thanks.
That's our news for now. Thanks for making us your #1 choice for news.